Hmm.
নমস্কার, ওয়েলকাম টু ফিল্ড গসিপ। আজকে আমরা আরো একটি লাইভ নিয়ে চলে এসেছি
ভালো
এবং
কাপ।
there are two special guests in our live. Today we have Shubhro Joadar, the captain of Indian physically challenged cricket team, and we have got Asif Karim sir. He was the part of Kenya team in 2003 World Cup, and the spell he bowled against Australia, and today India will play the match against Australia. So first, I am welcoming our guest. Shubhroda, welcome to our channel once again. And sir,
Thank
welcome
you.
to our channel and thank you for giving us your precious time. I know you are very busy now, but it's our pleasure that you could join our live.
Thank you and good morning. Good to be here and good
Good,
morning
good
to
morning.
Saurav.
Good
Because
morning.
it is 7 a.m. in Kenya and you join this live. So I will start the conversation, and today is the vital match for India and the opening match against Australia. আমি শুভ্রদার কাছে যাব ফার্স্ট আই উইল আস্ক স্যার how was the memory in 2003 World Cup? Can you share the memory against playing World Cup? And you, I thought that you was 37 years old or more, and you bowled brilliantly and got the three important wickets, and one was Ricky Ponting wicket. How was this memory, and how was your World Cup journey? Can you share in short?
Thank you very much. Kenyans' journey in 2003 World Cup was a dream journey where the Kenyans reached the semi-finals, the first associate country in the history of world cricket to reach the semi-finals of the World Cup. And I think the Kenyans did extremely well. The experience that we had during the tournament, I think Kenya became the talk of the World Cup at that time. And my experience personally against Australia is something that has been talked about in almost all my interviews, including this morning. And yes, it was wonderful when you do well against the world champions, a team that was so strong in that, in fact, it was regarded as the strongest one-day team Australia has ever had in their history. So to do well against them, of course, any cricketer, professional cricketer, would love to do well against Australia. So for a young team, Kenyans to do well and myself having a great day was something that will be remembered for a long time.
আচ্ছা, আমি অস্ট্রেলিয়া I will discuss about India Australia match. Before that, I will discuss about South Africa and Sri Lanka match because many history was created yesterday in South Africa Sri Lanka match. Sir, did you follow this match?
Unfortunately, I did not follow the match much because I had some other commitments. But I was told some interesting things did happen, but I am not up to date with the information.
শুভ্রদা, কালকের ম্যাচটা কি দেখেছিলে?
হ্যাঁ, দেখেছিলাম।
তো কেমন লাগলো যে এইরকম মেনি রেকর্ডস ওয়াজ ক্রিয়েটেড ইয়েস্টারডে এবং পরপর মানে রানের দিক থেকে বলি, বাউন্ডারির দিক থেকে বলি, প্রচুর রেকর্ড ক্রিয়েট হলো, মানে ফার্স্ট টাইম ইন ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ। কেমন লাগলো কাল? হাউ ওয়াজ ইট ইয়েস্টারডেস ম্যাচ? হাউ ডিড ইউ লাইক?
See, you will see a lot of runs in this World Cup only because in October, November, all the Indian pitches do produce a very good scores in every matches. It's not about yesterday's match only. You have also seen the match between England and New Zealand. New Zealand almost chased 300 runs, 287 runs specifically in 37.5 overs. So what happens in October and November, the pitches are going to be very good. Ball will come to bat very nicely. So you can see a lot of runs in this World Cup. Maybe you will see 350, 360 will be chased down also in the coming matches because there are a lot of good teams yet to play today. India, Australia will be playing. So I think it's a very good time for this World Cup, and a lot of runs will be coming to play this World Cup only. And about yesterday's match, South Africa played exceptionally well. I mean, 300 in one innings, and then how Sri Lanka was chasing the Sri Lankan in Asia Cup. We have seen a few days before in the final that Sri Lanka almost got all out for 56 or 57 runs. And
50, 50,
yesterday, how
all
they
out for 55.
50 all out for 55. And yesterday, how they they were chasing for 20 odd runs, and they got all out on 330 around or something. So that means, 350, 360 will be going to chase down in this World Cup in the coming matches.
Now coming back to India Australia match, sir, how are you seeing this match, India Australia match? This is a big match, and India will play in their home. How are you seeing this match? And Shubman Gill might not play in this match. So how are you feeling, and what is your opinion?
Well, it's the first match India is playing as a host nation in this 2023 World Cup. So I think it's going to be a very important match playing at home and playing against Australia, whether at home, away, or at a neutral ground, is always a huge challenge. Australia always steps up at the World Cup. I mean, even if you look historically, in all the World Cups, they have won 5 World Cups over the history of from 1975 to date. So they normally, if you look at the track record, they always step up at this level. So India will have to play well to give it itself a good start. India right now is a very strong and a very formidable team. And I know Shubman Gill may not be playing, but the team that India has, any 11 will be a solid team from the squad. So I expect it to be a big score today. Good conditions, of course, very humid in Chennai, as we have played there before, and that's what I remember. But it's expected to be a cracker of a match.
Um, you have played against 2003 World Cup team, the best World Cup team Australia has produced, and the players, and you are seeing this World Cup and this Australia team. What are the changes you have find in Australia cricket, Australia team? Because last 2 3 years Australia couldn't perform about their expectation. So how are you seeing this?
I think we need to look at it in a different context. Australia overall has been a very strong and a consistent team. But what has happened is that the other countries have stepped up. If you look at the other countries, they've all improved their, whether you talk about their mental fitness, physical fitness, the self belief that has been there. I mean, look at the transformation that the Indian team has made. I mean, right now, India can make 2 or 3 solid teams that can play at an international level. So the teams have all grown from the test playing teams that are there at the top level. And even if you look at the associate countries, some of the younger nations like Afghanistan, Bangladesh has now even stepped up in their performance. So I think the cricket standards overall have gone very high, and all the teams have stepped up. If they want to do well at that level, they need to step up. And I think that's where the level of cricket has gone up by all the countries.
আচ্ছা, শুভ্রদার কাছে যাব, ব্যাক টু শুভ্রদা। যে আজকে ম্যাচটা তো খুব ভাইটাল, মানে দুটো টিমের কাছে এটা ওপেনিং ম্যাচ। তো আজকে তুমি কাকে দেখছো, শার্দুল ঠাকুর না রবিচন্দ্রন অশ্বিন? মানে এই দুটো প্লেয়ার নিয়ে খুব আলোচনা হচ্ছে, এবং ম্যাক্সিমাম বলছে যে অশ্বিনকে খেলানো উচিত, কিন্তু অশ্বিনের সাথে যে যে জিনিসগুলো হয়ে আসছে আর কি, হয়তো অ্যাকসেপ্ট না পেলে হয়তো অশ্বিন গেট আ প্লেস ইন ইন্ডিয়া টিম। তো কি বলবে?
See, my pick will be also Ravichandran Ashwin because, as said, the mental strength. I mean, Ravichandran Ashwin have been playing for India from last 10, 12 years. And experience he will come to play in that will be a huge boost for the team. And for today's match, I mean, the World Cup matches, India, Australia will be always 50-50. Whoever plays the best and, hold their nerves, they will be getting more advantages. And for India, there will be a added pressure of playing in home World Cup first match. So it will be a lot of pressure on Indians, but they are playing from long, so I guess they know how to handle it. But still, World Cup match, first match, will be added pressure.
As Shuman Gill is not playing today's match, what can be the Indians' approach? Because
See, what Sir said that India is now a very good, strong side. India can make two international teams at a time. We have seen yesterday India got champions in Asian Games. So it doesn't. I think yes, Gill was playing very good from last 1 years and is the highest run getter in ODIs in last 1 year. So will matter something, but I don't think that Ishan Kishan and other can replace his position.
my question is to Asif sir. Sir, there is a name Glenn Maxwell, and he has been an integral part in Australian team. If he couldn't bat well, he bowled well. He fielded. He is a super fielder. So how can be the Maxwell? How can Maxwell be the game changer in today's match?
Well,
Because
Maxwell has been performing steady at the moment, and I think he will play an important role coming down the order. And overall, his presence, his experience, having played in India several years now, including the IPL, so he has a good feel of the local conditions. And when he gets going, he can be bad news. But the key for Glenn Maxwell is to be on the wicket. Yeah, and at times I feel he's quite vulnerable and gives his wicket out unnecessarily. So he's staying on the wicket will be very crucial if Australia has to get a big score.
and same question to Shubhrada. How Maxwell can change the scenario of today's match? Because in the three-match series, last match Maxwell couldn't bat well, but he got 4 wickets, 4 crucial wickets to win the match against India.
See, Maxwell has a lot of experience playing in India, and with time, he has been more matured in, staying on the wickets. If Maxwell plays 70, 80 odd balls, maybe the game will be Australians because we know how devastating he can be. So, restricting him from Indian perspective will be a good challenge if India can restrict him in a very low score. And then it will be very easy for Indians to to hold the score down from the Australian team.
আচ্ছা তোমার কাছে আরো একটা প্রশ্ন যে ডেভিড ওয়ার্নার অস্ট্রেলিয়ার ব্যাটিং লাইন আপের ওয়ান অফ দ্য বেস্ট পিলার যদি বলা হয় যে বেশ কয়েক বছর ধরে মানে দীর্ঘদিন ধরে হি ইজ গিভিং দ্য সার্ভিস ফর অস্ট্রেলিয়া বাট হি ইজ নাও নট সাচ এ গুড ফর্ম ইজ দিস আ কনসার্ন ফর অস্ট্রেলিয়া
No,
or he is
I don't think so.
he's
I
not
don't think
doing.
so. But in the three match series you have seen David Warner. I guess in the first match I have seen he was not in so very good form, but he knows how to get into form, and he scored 50 odd runs in the first match, if I'm not wrong. But sticking into the wickets and how to score runs. I mean, playing in Indian conditions, it will not be easy for such quality players to get into form. It will take one or two matches only, and after that, the batsman David Warner we have seen in past. So anything can happen in World Cup, and probably it will be his last World Cup. So he will give more than 100%. So we can see in a different Warner.
And my question to Asif sir, who can be the game changer as a bowler in today's match in India or in Australia? There are many match-winning super bowlers in both teams. Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, and India has Bumrah, Shardul Thakur, and Mohammad Siraj. He is bowling brilliantly well. And there is Kuldeep Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja.
Sorry, I didn't. You got cut off.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello,
Hello. Sorry, I didn't hear
can you
you.
hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, now I can.
My question is to Asif sir that who can be the premium bowler in today's match because the two teams has a super bowler in spin option or in pace option. Australia has Adam Jampa, India has Jadeja, Ashwin, and Mohammad Sirajit bowling beautifully, and Australia has Stark, Cummins, and many other bowlers. Chris Green is bowling well, and there is a Jampa and Maxwell also is bowling well.
In my view, I don't would say any particular bowler will change the game. I think all the bowlers will have to play an important role. And in a given day, you can have a guy who is regularly bowled very well can have a bad day. So I think the key is that all the bowlers that are playing right now, all are solid performers. They have a huge track record on their performances. Everybody has been a match winner. So I don't see any particular bowler that will really make an impact. But as a team, I think every bowler needs to do what is expected out of them.
আচ্ছা সুব্রতার কাছে যাবো যে যদি আমরা ধরেই নিচ্ছি যে শুভমান গিল খেলবে না যেহেতু কালকে রোহিত শর্মা বলেছে যে শুনতে পাচ্ছ
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলো।
কালকে রোহিত শর্মা তাও বলেছে আমরা শেষ অব্দি চেষ্টা করবো আমরা ধরে নিচ্ছি শুভমান গিল খেলবে না তাহলে ওপেনিং এ কাকে দেখছি ঈশান কিষান না কে এল রাহুল
I will go with Ishan Kishan because from last 6 to 8 months, he's performing really well. And against in Asia Cup against Pakistan, we have seen his characteristics as well in tough situations. So I will go with Ishan Kishan.
আচ্ছা আরো একটা জিনিস যেটা নিয়ে সবসময় আলোচনা হয় সেটা হচ্ছে বিরাট কোহলি আর ইন্ডিয়া ফ্যান্সরা সবসময় চায় যে কোহলি ব্যাট থেকে সেঞ্চুরি আসুক বা হি উইল প্লে আ বিগ ইনিংস গুড ইনিংস আজকে যেহেতু শুভমান গিল খেলছে না তো দেয়ার উইল বি আ মোর প্রেশার অন বিরাট কোহলি
Look, I don't think pressure, but in this stage, every player has to, step up and to his role. And Virat Kohli doing it for India for last 10, 15 year, 10, 10, 12 years. So Virat Kohli knows his roles and he will do it accordingly. And I guess this is World Cup and everyone's expectations are very high from him. And I guess he has delivered in past so many times. So I guess he will do it once again.
Sir, you have played against Australia in World Cup match. So, what do you think? What are the USP of Team Australia playing superbly in big match in World Cup matches? Because when they fail, but in the World Cup match, they come and play their best. Because in World Test Championship, they also beat India and they played superbly. What are the USP you have found in Australia team? Because you have seen Team Australia in World Cup and you have played with them.
Yeah, you see, at the level, when you come to the level of World Cup and the experience that the players have, the mental aspect plays a very major role. You will see most teams are at par as far as batting, fielding, and bowling is concerned. Everybody is at par, but the mental strength and how you handle the pressure situation is where I think the difference will make. And I think the Australians over the years have handled themselves very well on critical conditions in the World Cup. If you remember the '99 World Cup when they beat South Africa in the semi-finals,
Hmm.
where on the last ball. So the mental strength, they don't give up. They had a very tight match against West Indies in the '96 World Cup in the semi-finals, where you thought they would lose. So you see that little difference at that stage where I think the mental aspect takes over, and that's where they have the edge.
And the match against England in 2003 World Cup, they played superbly. They were, I hope, 137 for 8 and they won the match. And Michael Bevan, the Superman, played brilliantly.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. So that mental strength that is used is where the edge Australians have the edge.
And my another question: how T20 cricket has changed the scenario of World Cup? Because we are seeing lots of runs in every matches. Because last match, many records were created. Last World Cup, there were many records. How T20? What is the impact of T20 cricket in 50 overs World Cup?
Well, I mean, right now, when you look at what we just discussed, yesterday's score of 400, and New Zealand chasing the 280 in 30 plus overs, tells
Hmm.
you how much T20 has made an impact. I think that is a spillover of what has happened in T20, because the runs right now, we never expected in T20 for teams to get 200 runs, and now it's like a normal score. When T20 started, 150 was regarded a very high score. Now 200 is not even safe in T20. So the level and the standards of the concept and the mindset of the all the teams has changed completely. And I will not be surprised in this World Cup where we get 350 runs on a regular basis from each side. So T20 has played a huge role to what is happening right now in ODI cricket.
And সেম কোশ্চেন টু সুব্রতা, তুমি কিভাবে দেখছো? তুমি যেহেতু দীর্ঘদিন ধরে খেলছো, তুমি T20 খেলেছো, ওয়ানডেতে খেলেছো, হোয়াট ইজ ইউর টেক অন দ্যাট?
Yes, what sir was saying is it's all about the mindset. But all the players are playing so much of T20 cricket and for their country and for the franchise around the whole year so there is a different kind of mindset and playing the shots up, playing the lofted shots more, which before T20 cricket came, it was not like that. In one day they used to play a bit of grounded shots, but nowadays it's more about playing lofted shots, and the mindset has been changed differently. And I guess in this World Cup, you will see more 400 runs in the coming days. I mean, in a regular basis, you will see everyone is scoring more than 300 plus runs.
And many players are playing many orthodox shots like Maxwell. And yesterday we
Yes,
also
yes, you will. Yes, you will see many players will playing orthodox and unorthodox shots as well. Yesterday, Markham played a brilliant knock. I mean, the fastest 100 in ODI cricket till now, and you will see he has played more or less 95% of his orthodox shots only. But those are, I mean, all the lofted shots which went to sixes, and all it's all about the mindset. I mean, this T20 cricket has transformed the one day cricket into a different level.
Uh, sir, after Pat Cummins got the captaincy of Team Australia, uh, there was a bad patch in Australian team before Cummins were introduced as a captain. How he has changed the Team Australia mindset? What do you want to tell about it?
I think you must understand that the Australian outfit is very professional, has been built over the years. The institution is so strong, and the players that they have, I mean, it comes out from a very good development structure that they have, and where the young team and the young boys are trained on all conditions. And that's the difference. To be an Australian captain, it needs, again, needs to step up for somebody to take that position, because the expectations of the Australian cricket fans or the Australian cricket board is so high that the person to fit in that position really needs to be up the mark, where his role would be to what I call do a damage control when there are situations of that difficulty, or some adverse conditions that they went through, and you can see that they have regrouped, and they are going to be a big threat in this tournament once again.
And same question to Shubhrata, how Pat Cummins has changed the whole scenario of Australian team, because there were team pain and there were many problems in Australian team, and Pat Cummins stood there and he has changed, and Australia own. World Cup Championship final against India under his captaincy.
I
How
mean,
do you rate him?
yes, yes. Pat Cummings is a very good player. I mean, and from the transition point, he has taken over the Australian team. But the initial days was initial time is very tough from his side, because when he is taking the charge, you have to recreate the structure between the team, and to deliver the roles of the all the players what they need to do for the team. So it will take some time, and now they have regrouped their team, and as a unit now they are playing well. And for this World Cup, Australians are definitely a champion characteristics we have seen in past as well. So definitely a good threat to the other teams in this World Cup.
আচ্ছা আমরা লাইভের একদম কামিং দ্য এন্ড অফ আওয়ার লাইফ my question to Asif sir and Shubhra, who can you suggest but can you pick if you are asked to pick three players in team India and team Australia who can change the match scenario today, who will be the three players in both team India and Australia?
Well, if I had to give India, of course, Virat Kohli comes on top on performance. I think Bumrah will play an important role also, and Hardik Pandya, I think, also is a key factor as an all rounder. But again, as I said, all players are good enough, and I will not be surprised if any other player does perform. In Australia, of course, you got Smith to do. Warner plays an important role, and of course, the captain will also play a very significant role. And again, you kept mentioning Maxwell. He is also an important factor to the Australian team in this ODI team.
And over to Shubhra.
I will pick Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Hardik Pandya as a game changer. From the Australian point of view, it will be Steve Smith, David Warner, and Michael Stark.
I will end the live. Before ending the live, I will ask last question that after winning the toss, what you will suggest Shubhra and Asif sir also? India will bat first or India will bowl first? What is the right choice? What will be the right choice for India?
Well, it's very difficult for me to answer that because I don't know the conditions that are there because those play
Because there
also an
is a chance
important
of
role.
little drizzle today because there is a weather forecast. Not much drizzle, but little drizzle can happen today.
I think it doesn't matter who bats and bowls first. The important is that those 50 overs on the field are handled well, whether on the fielding side or the batting side, because both the teams I think are par at the moment. It's who is going to play a little better. So I'm not very clear on the condition situations. Uh, so it's difficult for me to answer that.
And Shubhra, as a captain, what you want to say?
I think if whoever wins the toss might do fielding first, because chasing is looking bit easier from last 4 5 matches what I have seen. So I think whoever wins the toss will choose fielding first.
Thank you so much, Asif sir and Shubhra, for joining the live. It was my immense pleasure to having you in the live, and thank you, Asif sir, once again, because in the morning you have joined the live, and hope I will get you in live one day and in another match. Thank you so much for our audience for watching the live, and please watch today's
Thank you.
match. Send us feedbacks and do follow our page, follow our YouTube channel and Facebook, Instagram, and you will get more updates. Thank you so much once again for joining the live. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you.